Welcome to the State of the Chamber. Really excited to be here today and to be able to do this. You ask yourself, who makes the chamber so great? Our chamber is great, but it's not me that makes it great. I just am standing up here. I'm just kind of like the head up here bobbling, sometimes. And who makes it great? You. All of you here make it great. Makes me want to cry because you're family. Everybody comes in every single week at every event that we do, and we just hug and catch up. And it's kind of like, my family is back in Illinois and California. I come from Illinois, and so I don't have any family here except for you, and you're my family. And I really would love for you to give yourselves a round of applause because you make the chamber great. I say I love you guys all the time, and I really mean it. I think you guys know that, right? St. George Area Chamber is great because of its board members. Our board members are awesome. Our board members are not people that just come and sit every month in the board meetings. They, each and every one of them, join committees to help to elevate the Chamber of Commerce and to help make decisions that help your businesses to grow and succeed. At this time, I'd love to have all of our board members that are here today to please stand up and give them a great round of applause. Motley crew. Our St. George Area Chamber of Commerce ambassadors, our sunshiners that do hundreds of groundbreakings, ribbon cuttings, meetings. They meet every single Monday morning at the Chamber of Commerce, and then they sing, and I have to leave. But Wes, are you here today? Wes, is he here? No? Okay, so I can talk about him. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, our ambassadors, they are our mouthpieces out there. They talk about all your businesses. They learn about your businesses. They learn about who you are, and they talk about your businesses. So I'm going to ask them to stand up, and you go talk to them about their businesses or your businesses so they can talk about you. Give them a big round of applause. See, this is the kind of support that the Chamber has. Our board members, our ambassadors. How about that picture? They do parades, too. I love it. Brenda, you look so cute. The little flat. Okay. The team behind the St. George Area Chamber of Commerce. Our team is absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to ask all our team members to come up front. Jackson Pace is our bookkeeper. Jackson, I know you're here someplace. I absolutely drive this man crazy, texting him, emailing him constantly. Jackson is not only the bookkeeper for our St. George Area Chamber of Commerce, but he volunteers his time to do all the bookkeeping for our Women's Influence Center. Carissa Ackrish, where are you, Carissa? Carissa is pretty brand new to us. She's been with us now for 4 months. She's doing an absolutely fantastic job. Just coming in and smiling every day gives us more than what we deserve, but she's always there smiling, always positive. She's our outside sales executive. Monty Bambro. Monty's also brand new. He's like a week or two after Carissa. He's our business development and marketing director, and he's been doing such a fantastic job already, helping us to be more successful, be more focused, and we're very happy to have him here today. And my rock, Susie, where are you? Susie Lafayette. Everybody knows Susie. Susie's what makes the world go round at the Chamber of Commerce, and I could not do anything without her. Susie, how many years have you been at the Chamber altogether? 10 years. 10 years. She has been the face of the Chamber for 10 years. She is our Director of Operations and Events. She does everything. She has 100 hats, and she wears them all, and she wears them beautifully. Please give our staff a huge round of applause. So 2018 in review. I'm one of those people that if you know me, I don't look back. It's rare. We should. You should reflect. I don't. I jump off cliffs. Anybody who knows me, that's how I've always been. I jump off cliffs and I don't look backwards. However, I will go over a few things that happened in 2018. So every year, this is my second year, every year I have a motto, and my motto for last year was to elevate. I wanted everything elevated, our training, our client services, our networking events, all of our things that we did. I wanted to elevate. I wanted to give an experience to all of our businesses so that you know that each and every one of you are special. And I think we accomplished that in 2018. We grew from 826 members to 950 members in 2018. It was a great year. We held a lot more relevant trainings. Our trainings, thank you to Tracy Fitzgerald and Dixie Technical College. We partnered with them, and she was able to get a lot of our trainings just elevated. We've had some fantastic trainings in 2018. Thank you, Tracy. Increased networking. My goodness sakes, could we do any more networking? I mean, that's why we're family, because there's so many networking events. It's a chance for everybody to get to know each other, be able to promote each other's businesses, and become friends. We added a lot of events. I didn't put them all down, but the Business Summit, the Business Expo, we put on more trainings. We added the Young Professionals. Spooky Town Fair. So Spooky Town Fair was with the Chamber of Commerce, left the Chamber of Commerce, and then it was stagnant for a year. We did Taste of Dixie out in Washington City, and then we brought Spooky Town Fair back to St. George this last year. We won the Outstanding Community Partner Award from Root for Kids. We're very proud of that. We always give the awards, and other than Susie making the award for Healthy Business Challenge, the healthy, she brought in an award for that. We don't get a lot of awards, so that was really great. We also launched our new website and won the best website from the Utah State Chamber, which I thought was really excellent. Thank you to Kelly Lust, Zach Lust, and 10th Muse. So how did we do otherwise? We were fiscally responsible, making your dollars go further. I don't know if all of you know it, but the St. George Area Chamber of Commerce is a nonprofit organization. All of our money that we make in events and everything that we do, our sponsorships, it goes back in to help your businesses to be successful. When I gave my board members, especially the executive board member last year, my 2018 budget, they said, Pam, you're setting yourself up for failure. It's way too aggressive. Those are fighting words. So what happened in 2018? We increased our current assets by 38.12%. We had 35.34% more in cash in the bank. We have a 6 months reserve. How many businesses can say that they have a 6 months operating budget in reserve? That's fantastic. Gross profit was up 36%, yet our expenses went down. Went up, by only 20%. And our net operating income increased from 2017 over 2018, 652%. So that was awesome. Economic development, business retention, and expansion. That's what we're here for. We're here for all those different things. I've had a lot of people say, Pam, where were you in 2018? You know, there's a lot of the ribbon cuttings I had to miss and groundbreakings and things like that. And it wasn't that I didn't want to be there, but I was out on your behalf. I sit on the World Trade Center Utah board. That is really interesting. It's been such an honor to do so. I think I'm the only one in Washington County for sure, the only one that sits on the board. And I get to let our world know that Southern Utah exists. I sat on the Affordable Housing Big Gap up in Salt Lake City. They meet every couple of months talking about housing problems and affordable housing and how are we going to be able to, it's not happening just in Southern Utah, it's happening up in Salt Lake and throughout the entire state. The Government Office of Economic Development, I've spent a lot of time at GoEd. GoEd is the one that is a state program or organization that we get our money from. And in 2017, we lost BEAR. If any of you don't know what that is, that's business expansion and retention dollars, and we lost it. And the reason we lost it is because it's based on the number of people who live in Washington County. And as most of you know, a lot of the people that live here are retired. And so we're kind of getting dinged, we're getting dinged because we have too many people and we're losing programs, we're losing dollars because of our population. It was extremely important that I went to GoEd, EDC Utah, USTAR, and Utah Alliance meetings and conferences and things like that, because I don't want us in Southern Utah to be forgotten. We need dollars. Our BRC for this year, right, Don Willie, was cut in half. GoEd took half of our money for our Business Resource Center. That's your resource center. I'm saying that because the two commissioners they're going to get busy. I sat in a meeting even at the city, and they're like, I sat down with Adam, and Adam's like talking to Shirlane and saying, we have to help her. We have to make sure that we're up there and we're being seen and heard, and that you're getting the dollars that you deserve. Extremely important. During last year, I went to the Utah Valley University, and I got my certification in economic development, community economic development, which half of it was all about businesses, expansion and retention of businesses. So I went on behalf of you. Salt Lake Chamber, I spent a lot of time up at the Salt Lake Chamber. The Salt Lake Chamber in the Wasatch Front is the hub of every single thing that happens up there. There is nothing that they do not have their hands in. And if our Chamber of Commerce is not built the same, we're growing rapidly. This is the infrastructure for all businesses here in Southern Utah. We need to make sure that we're doing our jobs in making sure that we are that hub, that everybody knows that the Chamber of Commerce is where you're going to go to get what you need to be successful. And you have all helped us do that. I appreciate you being part of the team. The Women's Business Center, we signed a contract with the Women's Business Center Salt Lake at that time, and now it's the Women's Business Center Utah. They opened up a new branch in Cedar City a few months back. And with that, the Women's Business Center, what they do is they teach entrepreneurship. That's their only goal and focus. The Small Business Administration gives them grants to do so, and they are allowed to sign contracts with chambers of commerces to go out and teach entrepreneurship. We teach it at the St. George Area Chamber every month, the third Thursday of the month, 4 to 6 p.m. I teach one module a month. However, I just returned from 3 Saturdays from teaching it out in Hilldale. And it was so well received, and it was really just a fantastic experience. So the Women's Business Center has allowed us to do that. CIRC, anybody know what CIRC is, besides Dwayne? Southern Utah Regional Chamber Coalition. Pat, you know too. Pat was on, well, you are, yeah, he's retired. Forget it, he's retired, he's done. Anyway, CIRC is our Southern Utah Regional Chamber Coalition. It is a wonderful coalition. It is so much fun. We meet every 2 months, all the Chamber of Commerces. We even include Mesquite because they're like the stepchild out there, and they're not far from us, and so we rein them in. Richfield to Mesquite is our coalition. We meet every other month to help other Chamber of Commerces be successful so that all the businesses in their area are successful. Whatever they do out in their specific areas rises us here in Washington County. So it's really a great organization. We have a lot of fun. We do a golf tournament every year, a retreat, competition. We compete, and then we steal from each other. So if you've gone to some of Cedar City's or Hurricane's lunches now and different things, they stole it from us. Just say it. Hey, let me have that. It's my state of the chamber. Okay. All right. So locally, what have we been doing locally? So Vic's here, and he put together, we're looking at our 10-year plan, right, for the governor, and the county commissioners allowed me to tag along and present to the governor what's going on, what is our economic development plan for the 10 years, and also what our business expansion and retention, what are we doing with that? And so Vic has started a small group. It's Vic Iverson, myself, Don Willey, and Paul Hill. And so the four of us have been going out to all the cities in the county and talking to city managers to find out what are your needs? What are the things that you need for your area to be successful and to grow for your businesses? We are the St. George Area Chamber of Commerce, and so we cover all of that. And I think it's been extremely successful. We've done some really great things. Probably the most impact that we've had is on Hilldale, because Hilldale really had nothing. And so it's kind of like starting from scratch. And we've got some exciting things. Nikki Hancock here, our chair, we're working together on an ag economic development plan out there, and some other things too, and entrepreneurship and helping. But anyway, there's a lot of things that we can do, and we'll continue to go out and find out, making sure that all the needs are met. Our Convention and Tourism Bureau, that everybody knows that they're here and they can help them in certain ways, especially since we have such a beautiful landscape in order to show everybody or showcase. Department of Workforce Services, we work very closely with them. They've been really great. One of the things that in the last 2 years as president and CEO, one of the most important things that I think that maybe I could have personally done was build bridges and collaborate with all of our organizations, find out what everybody has to offer so that, again, the Chamber of Commerce as the hub is able to help people as they walk through the doors. Silicon Slopes St. George, so it used to be Dixie Techs, and Silicon Slopes has allowed us to take Silicon Slopes St. George. I'm one of the chair. We have 5 people, so I'm one of the chairs on that. We're doing some really great things. There's lunches, tech lunches, things that are going on all the time. Start STG, Don will be in March 1st, we'll be launching that. We did start STG last year. Gosh, was it last year that I went to San Francisco? Wow. So we had a competition. It's a pitch competition for new entrepreneurs, and I sat on that, part of the board, part of the committee that did that, and went to San Francisco with the winners, had a really good time. But this year, March 1st, Start STG will be happening at Innovation Plaza, and Don, you just want to holler real quick about it? Okay. He can't. He talks so soft you never hear him anyway. He needs the mic. So I'm always like, even with the mic, what? So anyway, it's going to be a pitch competition. And what's great about our businesses here and what we need from you is that it will be a monthly pitch competition, and we need an audience. So it'll be a breakfast. It won't be a breakfast. I think he's just doing coffee and hot chocolate. Maybe they'll throw in a donut or two. Anyway, we really need businesses. We need you to sit back. You guys are real successful with your businesses. If you have time, we need you to sit out in the audience and listen to these pitch competitions, probably 2, I would think, a month during that morning session. And we need your feedback. They need to know the problems that you've been through and how you solved them, and whether or not their product or their service that they're offering even is worth it. You know, sometimes people try to start businesses they're real passionate about, but nobody else is, and it's not going to be successful, and they need to hear that. So it's kind of like a Shark Tank, but with love. So please come out for that. Economic gardening. So we started this last year a little bit. We had a few meetings. However, this year we're really going to push it. I've got, I think, 2 to 3 businesses right now. We're looking for 8 stable, very stable businesses that really want to move forward. They want to project. We're going to be meeting with you, finding out what your needs are, what's keeping you from going forward, and how can we help you do it. When you look at economic gardening, it really is a $1 million company or above. It's like taking a $1 million company to a $2 million company. However, here in Washington County, we have a little over, right around 5,900 businesses in Washington County. A little bit over 4,700 of those businesses have 1 to 9 employees. They're very small businesses. And so we're not putting a dollar amount, but we do want stable businesses that want to move forward. We will create from that a template, and then we'll roll that template out to any business the following year in 2020. So get a hold of us if you want to get into that. Community Action Committee. So Terry, where are you, Terry? I have my glasses on, I can't see far. These are reading glasses. Terry Draper. Terry Draper has been our chair for our Community Action Committee forever. 13 years, long time. So our Community Action Committee pulls together these legislative preview breakfasts, the awards for our legislators after their legislative session. Terry lives up on the Hill during the legislative session. Not really. She does a lot. What she does for the Chamber of Commerce is there is a Friday afternoon conference call during the whole legislative session. I don't have time to sit and listen to all of the stuff, but she gets on there or has somebody, or we hear what's going on. We know what we need to do for our businesses. Our Community Action Committee is here to make sure that our businesses are heard legislatively and that they succeed. So if there are bills that are on the floor that we need to be involved with it, we need to write a letter to our legislative body to say the Chamber of Commerce supports this or doesn't support this. So what happens is we have a board, and our board consists of, I think, 12 right now. We actually have 20, counting our ex officios. But what happens is we'll have somebody call us and say, this is going on. I'll give an example. Last year, Mayor Pike came to our Community Action Committee, and he said, hey, this is what's happening. This bill got changed, and I can't remember if we were for or against it. Like I said, what was it? Against it. VRBO. Okay, right. So we were against it. And he said, we need a letter. Well, the Community Action Committee doesn't just write a letter. What we do is we send it out to our board, and we put it in red. This is really important, and we need it immediately. And our board knows that when they get those emails, they look at it, they read it, and then they vote. And those votes come back usually within, last year, this particular one, I think we got the vote within probably 30, 40 minutes. And we were able to write that letter for the mayor to take back up to the floor to our legislators, and it did not pass. So it was really good. So that's what we're there for. We're here to help you on a city level, on a state level, and even on a federal level. So if you have any concerns, if you're looking at the legislation that's going on, let us know. Come to our Community Action Committee meetings. And you can get on our Community Action Committee, right? Yeah. Okay. So we invested this last year in the Area Sector Strategy Project, and that's something that's going on right now. Community Innovation Mastermind Group. So the Chamber of Commerce holds every other month a mastermind group of all the masterminds in the Washington County. We have a group of 30 to 35 people. We just had our dinner last Monday. We talked about water and the water issues, and it was really great. And then it's an open mic where everybody, Dixie State University president, our county commissioners, our mayor, Mark Mortensen comes, Shirlane was there. Lowry Snow, when he's not up on, our representative, when he's not up on the Hill, he's there for those dinners. Brenda TDS. There's a lot of people that sit on that Innovation Mastermind Group, and we meet together so that we can talk about all of the things going on in our community and make sure we're moving in the right direction. It isn't always just the city, right, Mark, that makes those decisions. It's the community. And so this really helps. We all get together, we mastermind about things going on, we vote, we help one another. It's really a great thing. So know that your Chamber of Commerce is doing that. The Dixie Technical College, I've already mentioned, but the custom fit has been just fantastic. We've had some really great trainings. You get 40% off of those trainings. First of all, the trainings are so cheap. Anyway, you would pay quadruple the price anywhere else, but Dixie Tech picks that up for us. And then there's custom fit dollars to pay 40% of that for our businesses. I have to say that it still just behooves me that people don't sign up for these things. These are fabulous trainings that your businesses need in order to be successful and to move forward. Watch for those and really look at it. If you have a question about the content of it and how it might be able to help your business, call the Chamber or call Dixie Tech and talk to them about it. But we need more people in that. If you want to get through the ups and downs of business, because it's never smooth, there's bumps and sometimes mountains that you have to go over as a business to succeed, you've got a lot of tools out there. Let's use them. And then Dixie State University, of course, we do partner, collaborate on so many different levels, and we're so thankful for all of our organizations that we hear and everybody that we team with. So I got to go to South Korea and Taipei, Taiwan this last year. I think it was in October. Dolores is here, I saw her. When was it? September. Dolores was my tour guide. So Dolores Heaton over here. She actually helped open one of the college campuses, the university campuses. Was it U of U? Yeah, in South Korea. So she had been there before, and I was so just thankful that she was able to come with me and help me out in this. But it was an incredible, how am I doing on time? Because I talk a lot. Oh, I'm doing good. So it was a really incredible trip. I've got millions of pictures. I wanted to put them all together. I wanted to bring people in to let you know what was happening. But for today, I'll just let you know why I went. Not only because I sit on the World Trade Center board did I go. However, I took with me, I think, 15 different businesses. They were interested in trade and world trade over in Asia. And so precision genomics was one of them. I took our convention and tourism, I took a lot of our brochures, the most beautiful golf brochures I could, because those people love to golf and they pay big price. So when I told them how much it cost to golf here, they're like, I gotta come. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. There's a lot of things that I learned. I was able to share their materials. I know that Precision Genomics, I know for sure that they've received calls. I believe RAM Company received calls from people that I met and gave their materials to. So we're opening up, here's our little southern Utah, we're opening up the world. Us, them, what? I don't know. Just so funny. Anyway, we're opening up the Washington County area to the world, and we're letting them know how beautiful it is and what we have going on here. I met with a lot of biotech companies, and I'll go into our symposium here in just a minute, but one of the things that I really hit me from South Korea is not only their infrastructure, which is 1 billion times better than what we have here in the United States, but also the fact that their country puts everything, their commodity are people. They put every penny into their people. They believe in their people, and because they believe in the people work really, really, really hard. And their startup campuses, this little building right here, this one on the left, that's a startup campus. What? It's stories and stories and stories of space for startup, like Don's doing over there at the Innovation Plaza. He gets an old elementary school. But no, I'm just kidding. It's an awesome, they've redone it, it's beautiful. But I'm just saying, when I walked away, one of the things that I felt was, man, are we becoming a second world country? Where are we educationally? Where are we with our businesses? And what do we need to change? And so it was really great to get back and everybody to put their information in so that our Governor Office of Economic Development, our World Trade Center can look at that data and say, okay, what do we need to do? However, the other thing I'll just tell you real quick is that they love Utahns. They love Utahns. When I said I was from Utah, they're like, oh, are you LDS? I'm like, no, but I love them. So they wanted to know, the missionaries have come before us. They've been there for so many years. They trust the missionaries and they love the missionaries. And the Utahns, they're like, oh my goodness, you're a Utah, and they just hug you like your family. It was really great. So it was a lot of fun. It was so well worth me going, and I hope I've brought enough back to make changes, not just in the state of Utah, but also in southern Utah. All right, moving on to 2019 quickly. So my motto this year is proactive, not reactive. Right, Suze? I must have said that a million times. Proactive, not reactive, proactive. Now I have them saying it. So Monty will walk into Susie's office. She's like, proactive, not reactive. So I don't do well working reactively. I love to be proactive. I want to make sure all my I's are dotted and T's are crossed, because when that bump does come, which it will, and that wave, we want to be prepared. And so our model this year, last year was Elevate. I think we did it. This year it's proactive, not reactive. And one of the things that we did, we've got over 100, I think, what do we have, 117 plus if you count all the other things that we do with the ribbon cuttings and things like that. We'll probably have over 300 events that we'll do in 2019. And I told my staff that we have to have, by the end of January, 80% of our events finished. Susie's like, what? Yeah. Well, we're not quite 80%. What would you say, 70? About 70%. We are there. We have worked really hard in pushing to that point. We've never done that before. That's proactive versus reactive. More collaboration. We want more collaborations, not only with all the organizations in the state and locally, but we want more collaboration with our businesses. We send out surveys all the time. Nobody answers them. Do you want us to be better? Answer the survey so we know what you need and want. We would like to have more collaboration, whether it's one-on-one, groups, networking, when you come in. I think most of you know, and most of you do, you just walk in the door. Nobody makes appointments. They just come in and they, hey, what's going on? And we love it. So come in and tell us how we can be better. We want more collaboration with each of our businesses. We want to recession-proof our businesses. So if anybody went to the summit, the trajectory's been going like this forever. We've been doing great. Well, now it's coming down and we're just about evening out. And we'll probably dip. That's my prediction. I'm now an economic, guru. But I believe that we're going to go into a small recession. I don't think it's going to be a big recession. But we will be going into a recession. That recession is going to make a difference in each and every one of your businesses. We want to recession-proof you. Our trainings will be about recession-proofing. Our summit this year, our business summit, will be about recession-proofing. Make sure that you make it to these trainings and get the tools that you need so you cannot, as the economy, it's not tanking, but as the economy decreases, what we want to do is increase you. We don't want just to, allow you down and then what am I going to do and how am I going to get up and wait until it comes out. No, we don't want it to affect you at all. We want you to be equipped with the tools that it'll take to make sure that the recession not only does not touch you, but you still climb, right? Okay, businesses thrive here. The Chamber of Commerce is here to make businesses thrive. Your businesses are important to us. Okay, so what you can expect, a more aggressive budget? Yes, it is, right, Nikki? Budget. If you make aggressive budgets and you got to meet them, you can't do bad, right? It just you just push through it. We're going to have a more aggressive budget to meet the demanding changes of our economy and your businesses. So we make our budget more aggressive so that we can do more, give you more tools to succeed. We have 117 events and networking opportunities and more than 85 ribbon cuttings, groundbreakings, and open houses on top of everything else that gets thrown in during the year. And so we're going to be busy. Sunshiners, you're going to be busy. So you love that picture of Susie up there? So, yeah. Susie had so much fun in the dunk tank. Nikki had not so much fun. Nikki didn't know she was doing it, and she went in with her clothes, and it was freezing. She went in the afternoon where there was no sun, and it was so cold. Anyway, the things that you guys do for us. Our major events this year, Starry Night Award Banquet, our Golf Classic, which will be in May, our Business Summit and Business Marketplace, that's going to be in June, Washington County Fair. So Washington County Fair will be in August this year, and the Chamber of Commerce will be heading up that event, and we're really, really excited to do so. Hence, one of the reasons we had to be proactive, not reactive, and get all this stuff done. We're going to be quite busy, and our chamber will grow too. Our staff will grow. And then we'll be doing Spooky Town Fair again. We are really excited. We had doing that for the community is awesome. We have so much fun doing that. It's one of my favorite. Just to see all those kids and their faces and their cotton candy stuck all over and everything I touch, the bean bags afterwards, they're like stuck to my hand. It's just so much fun. Okay, economic development, business expansion and retention will continue with economic gardening. We will really push it out this year, start STG pitch, entrepreneurship. That does not mean that just starting new business, but helping all of our business entrepreneurs. Doing more with less is really important. If we're going to be recession-proofing, you got to do more with less, and that doesn't mean working harder. It means working smarter. We're going to be giving you tools to work smarter. CAC and legislation appropriations will be doing that. That's going on right now. Specialized trainings, and of course, more networking opportunities. Our small businesses need to be seen a lot. There's quite a competition when it comes to small businesses, and they need to know that you're here and your passion for what you're doing. April 19th, 2019, I have been really excited about this Karen Symposium. So, oh my goodness, over, I guess it must have been maybe June of last year, it might have been July. I was thinking economically, what are we going to do? What can we do with the ridge up there? The mayor had this, his state of the city, and there was going to be this ridge thing going on, and we're building, and they need tech, and I'm thinking, how can we move that forward? So I came up with an idea that I had presented to our Silicon Slopes and about the having a conference up there, a tech conference, and my idea wasn't the best idea that I had. I put together this PowerPoint. However, what came out of that were great minds that came together. Someone came in, we have a committee, an executive committee, and that was formed. Oh, she's given me the number. What does that mean, 5? Oh, let me hurry. Okay, anyway, Karen Symposium is going to be awesome. And just really quickly what it is, it's going to be a symposium of about 400 people. We're going to have thought leaders from all over that will be standing up there in engineering, science, technology, and entrepreneurship. And it'll be taking the silos off of all of those industries and sharing big data to make, Mark's looking at me like, the Agile Manifesto. That's what I say. Look up Agile Manifesto if you don't know what that is. That's how tech really became. It's a fascinating story. We hope that we get a zebra out of it. Kathy, are you holding something up for me? No. I guess she's just reading something. Okay, anyway, April 19th is going to be really exciting. It's our precursor to 2020. It's going to be a 3-day conference. So you can expect an awesome and valuable 2019. I want to quickly go over, I don't have much time. Our young professionals have been freaking awesome. Right now we have 40 members. Young professionals, 40 under 40, 40 members, awesome. 2018 had 21 events. 2019 has 51 events. They're aggressive. Young professionals, if you're here on the committee, stand real quick. Let's get a clap for you. Woo! They're on fire. They're doing all kinds of things this year. They did a fundraiser last year. They'll do another. They'll be doing fundraisers throughout the year so that they can give a nonprofit organization a check in December. So if you're a nonprofit organization, they haven't chosen it yet, go hit them up. They also do lunch with a community, political, or business leader. So there's about 10 of them that go to lunch, and they sit down with someone. They just had Gil, didn't they? Yeah. Gil out at Ledges like this week, and you're able to sit down and talk one-on-one. Our representatives locally here and our businesses, they get to hear what the young people are thinking, and then the young people get to hear what they're thinking. No, anyway, it's great. That wasn't funny, I guess. I thought it was funny. Networking events, they do lots of networking events. They go four-wheeling in the mountains somewhere and do all kinds of crazy things. And then they do training. So they will be doing a lot of trainings to give them the tools to become our future leaders. Their purpose is to cultivate young professionals to thrive in personal, civic, and professional development. Their vision is to set the framework to foster programs and individuals who will continue to impact our community for generations by personal growth, volunteering, and living well-balanced social and professional lives. They're doing a great job. If you are a business owner here and you have young professionals, they're our next leaders. It's $100 a year. It's nothing. Get them in the young professionals. Okay. That's them giving a check to Team Raw. this last December, which is so deserving. What a great choice. St. George Area Chambers Women's Influence Center has been doing some great things. We're all about health and wellness. We have mentoring programs, entrepreneurship, professional training, leadership, networking, outreach, awards banquets, Ignite Conference. Their membership's $180 a year. The memberships that you have, we use to sponsor events for other people, students, people who can't afford it. We do some awesome things. Shirlane Quill is our chair, and she is co-founder with me. And there's just some pictures there. Ha-ha! Thank you for trusting our chamber and helping your business grow, be heard, seen, and succeed. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. You guys are silly.